Hi sweeties, welcome back to the channel and happy Valentine's Day! If you're new here, hi, my name is Julia and my new album Wild just came out today and is available for streaming and downloading in pretty much every music platform out there, such as Spotify, iTunes, etc. The links will be in the video description. But today's video is the making of my album. From writing the songs to studio sessions and photo shoots. This is actually the longest video I've ever posted because I didn't want to leave anything out. This is a very special and meaningful project that took much love and many years to be completed. So I really hope with all my heart that you enjoy it. This album means so much to me, and music means so much to me. I've literally moved to London when I was 18 because of music, and I started my YouTube channel because of music, because I knew that eventually I would want to have a platform and a place to share music with, my friends, my followers, and it's just a huge part of my life, and I am a little bit shy about it sometimes, and I don't always talk about how much it means to me, but this is definitely not just like another YouTube project for me. This is my life. Like, this album and music is my life. I am so passionate about it, and I just love it so much. My new album is called Wild, and that's the name of one of the songs. And I thought that was the perfect name for the album because it is a little bit crazy. It has that like rebel outcast energy, which is what I'm all about. I've always been very different and weird, and I really poured my soul into this album, and all the songs are very personal, and when I was writing them I put a little bit of my soul in each of them. Whenever I was writing them I was thinking about my experience, about being someone who isn't really mainstream. I'm gay, I'm married to someone that is a lot older than me. I usually have like crazy hair so I put all that energy into this album. If you're watching this video right now, that means that my album Wild is already available for streaming and for downloading on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and all the main places where you can get your music from. There are 10 songs in the album, and I've written all of them, the melody and the lyrics. Only one of them was a collaboration with my friend Grace. I obviously sang vocals in all of them and backing vocals as well. And all the tracks have been produced by my lovely friend Jo. She is amazing, she's so inspirational, and she really gets what I want to do with the songs and what vibe I want them to have.
Hello. My name is Jovana, or Jo as most people know me here in London. I'm a classically trained composer and a producer as well.
Me and my producer have been working on this album for years. It's been a very long journey, and when we first started we didn't actually know it was gonna be an album.
Julia and I met, I think it's been more than 5 years ago, really. She first came to me as a pupil. So I'm also a teacher. I teach classical and rock singing, as well as piano and songwriting. And then just out of interest, because she was a very interesting person, so I said, well, I just asked, well, do you write your own songs? Because me being a composer as well, I'm always interested in other people and if they have artistic tendencies beyond just performing. And then she said, oh yeah, I write music. And I was like, okay, well, when you come for the next lesson, just bring me a recording or a score of what you do. And she brought me, I remember, a little piano piece, and with a voice really tightly typed in the score with the piano and a voice, and I was really blown away with it. So we started then with here and there recording a little demos, and then bit by bit there was a one single and another, and finally it's an album.
so it started out like that, and I've released some of the demos as singles on my channel before and did music videos for them. So you guys have already listened to 5 songs from this album, but not the same versions. But then we realized that we wanted to take this project further and finish the album. So we've recorded another 5 original songs, and we finished and, you know, remastered and perfected the 5 songs that I had released before, so we would have a whole album, and so we would be able to start submitting that to different labels and trying to put it out there. One of the hardest things is to describe the sound of this album and try to describe which music genre it is. I like to call it alternative rock, because my rock music influences are definitely there. I'm a huge Ozzy Osbourne, Iron Maiden fan, but we've mixed it with so many different genres, and there are so many different elements that make it very fresh and different. One of the things I love about this album is that we also brought in some of my classical influences. Some of you know I have a degree in classical music and classical singing, so I wanted a lot of that. I wanted a lot of orchestral instruments and, you know, strings and brass, and I wanted very operatic backing vocals and, you know, a choir, and it's very dramatic. It's all very dramatic.
Julia and I talked a lot about the release, and I think our prime concern is the musical side. So to really show everything that Julia as an artist is. So she has this classical influence, there is a bit of melodic rock, there is a bit of gothic culture involved. So I ended up, you know, adding a bit of electronic elements to some of the songs and a bit more of the orchestra. So finally what we ended up with is a very interesting fusion. It sort of flows in between synth pop, gothic rock and electronic rock. So I would say it sits really comfortably between these 3 genres.
So the whole album has this balance and this duality, which is so me. So there's the heavy rock, dark, creepier side of it, but also there's a lot of softness and beautiful orchestral sounds and soft backing vocals and all the more delicate stuff.
Working with Julia, she was one of the most, well, I wouldn't say most easy people to work with, because obviously that's an important thing. But I think the most important thing is that there was a chemistry between what she was bringing me as a musical material and me as a producer, that I could, I think, almost empathize with everything she brought me. Music material, I instantly had ideas. It was very enjoyable. It's like sometimes, you know, you will have a song that only makes you use maybe 3 colors out of your palette that you can use, but Julia's music forces me to use everything I have available, you know, symphonic orchestra, electronic beats. There's so much that I can use and that actually works with her music, and that was one of the most creative projects I was ever involved with.
Money is one of my favorite songs from this album, and I wrote it with my friend Mayfair Lady, also known as Grace.
Hey everyone, I'm Mayfair Lady. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm just here at the studio working on some tunes. I'm super excited that Julia's album is going to be coming out very soon, and it includes Money, which is a song that we wrote together. To give you a little bit of context, I met Julia at university, and the first time I saw her, I was like, I have got to be friends with this girl. She was all pink, all glittery, exactly like me, really. And the reason why I love Money so much is because it's just a sick song, which I can't wait to share with you, because it includes so much of Julia's songwriting style and mine as well. It's a little bit of like goth girl meets Barbie meets Italian fashion, and it's just so cool, and I'm just so proud to have written this piece of music with her.
we decided to write together because we really liked each other's style. And Grace is Italian, so I had this idea that I really wanted a song that had some bits in Italian, and I wanted it to be a very glamorous song with designer names, and I wanted to be, you know, about money and luxury and all that, and very like over the top, dramatic, glamorous with bits of Italian.
The writing process was very straightforward, I would say, just because Julia and I clicked straight away. We were like, what should we write about? And Julia came up with this idea to write a song about fashion. And that's why we incorporated the fashion elements and the Italian spoken word. And fun fact, I am actually Italian. I'm Italian American, but I never wrote a song in Italian before this one. So it was the very first one.
So I went home that day and I started writing the melody and the English part of the lyrics for Money. And funny enough, I was reading some comments on my YouTube channel that day, and I read someone calling me a gold digger, which happens pretty often because I'm married to a woman that is a lot older than me, and I'm really not a gold digger. I'm really not, but I've been called a gold digger many times, and it usually like really upsets me because I work so hard. Anyway, I decided to make fun of it instead of being upset about this comment. And I was like, oh my god, yes, I'm gonna make the song Money about being a gold digger. So that's what I started writing the song about. So it's basically about this woman who was like a sugar baby or gold digger or whatever. They was seeing this man, but she was very upfront about it. She was like, I'm just in it for the money, I just want those Gucci bags. But he ended up falling in love with her. And I remember bringing that song to school and showing it to Grace, and she loved it. And even in class, I remember she started writing down the Italian parts, and it just sounds so great.
Just want to say that it was an awesome experience. Can't wait for the song to come out, and can't wait to write more songs with Julia. Mwah.
One of the most difficult questions is trying to pick your favorites. And the one I think that is my favorite is because it's so quirky and because it has an instant visual element to it. It's called Money. And that's because it has this lovely Baroque feel to it. You know, you have a harpsichord, you have strings, and mostly because I could immediately see Julia wearing period costumes while we were recording it. It was just lots of fun. It's a song, I think, that sort of brings together everything. You have this Baroque bit, and then you have a guitar sound and a heavy chorus. It's, I think, one of the most interesting songs we've done together, so I think I would pick that one as my favorite.
Hi! So today I have an online production session. It wouldn't usually be online, but because of Corona, me and my producer are meeting online. You know, obviously it's not gonna be like a full-on recording session because I would have to be there to record vocals and stuff, but we're gonna be doing like the electronic bits that can be done on the computer, so you'll see. I'll show it to you once it's online, but I'll basically see the same screen that she's seeing, and we'll talk about the production and stuff. And the song we're doing today is called Money, and it's a song about gold diggers. So yeah, we've started producing, but there are a few things to be done still before I record vocals. Let me show it to you. I think I have what we've done last week. Okay, this is the pre-production, so you'll see it's like without any vocals. And it has a lot of like orchestral instruments, like most of my songs do. I love mixing like my classical background with more contemporary stuff. So look, this is what her screen looks like.
Chanel e Versace, tutto quel che voglio, amore, me lo prendi? Vestimi di Gucci, coprimi, difendi, non dimenticarti, amore dei diamanti, carte, graf, damiani bucellati, voli in prima classe, i posti dove andiamo, Salvatore Ferragamo, perché amore, io ti amo. Oh honey, she's in it for the money, she's in it for the money, she's in it for the money. Oh honey, she's in it for the money, she's in it for the money, she's in it for the money.
It's just a very visual track for me, you know. I could just
Yeah, I can
imagine a video with that.
Hi, good morning vlog. So I'm here at Phoebe's. Doesn't she look amazing? Yes. And we are about to go to the studio today, and apparently we're just gonna like look through some vocals because there are a bunch of different takes for each song. And oh my god, my hair looks a mess. But but we're gonna look through the different takes and see which ones I prefer, which ones Joe prefers, which one Phoebe prefers. Yay! Let's go.
Amore grande, contro tutto quel che vuoi. Amore grande, dai non dirmi che non puoi. Voglio un uomo che mi sappia contenere. Voglio un uomo che mi sappia mantenere.
You and your girl had an arrangement. She would do nothing before her payment. You fell for her, and when she was gone, you blamed her for leading you on.
I've decided that my song Therapy is definitely my favorite song from this album. I love that it's a little bit different from the others, especially the production, because it has more electronic and pop elements to it, and it's very dancey. Well, compared to my other songs, I can definitely dance to it. And I think it's quite cheerful and funny. When I wrote it, it actually came from a bad memory. So many years ago, I was seeing this woman and I kind of fell for her and all that, but she was a bit of a bully. She was quite mean and, you know, humiliated me and made me feel bad about my body and all that. But one of the things that she said to me was that she was in therapy and that she used to always talk about me to her therapist. And I'm not really sure actually what she was talking about. It kind of surprised me because I thought she didn't care at all. Like, you talk about me in therapy. And I just had that phrase like in my head and I thought that would be a nice song, but I didn't touch it for years and years. And then last year I was trying to write a new song and I just remembered that. And I was like, oh yes, I can write like a song about someone like being obsessed, you know, like obsessed and so in love with someone that they're always talking about them in therapy, which wasn't actually the case, like, you know, of what happened to me. But I just had this idea for this song. And it goes, I know you talk about me in therapy. I said I would make you mad, in love with me. And it's just like, ha ha ha, you love me, that kind of energy.
Therapy was one of the most interesting tracks we both worked together because it started, I think that was the first track where I seriously started considering and bringing heavy electronic instruments, synth bass, electronic grooves, because it had that sort of dance potential to it. We recorded like a little demo with just a piano and a voice, and then already I could hear that sort of almost 80s synth bass that jumps an octave, and I was like, okay, I don't think classic drums would really work on this, so we put some electronic grooves to it. And then also bringing that a bit of that symphonic element really added to the track. It's a very dancey track, but it's also quite heavy. You will have a bit of guitars there, and it's one of the, I think, more interesting tunes we've done together.
Which one would you like to try?
I think Therapy.
Therapy.
Okay, so now I'm in the vocal booth again, and we've been doing a few takes, but I wasn't filming. We're gonna do one more take of Therapy, the whole thing, and yeah. You were fancy, you were smart, you were clever, but I'm messing with your mind. And you blame me for the way you feel, but I've checked and being nice isn't a crime. Did I ever make you hurt, baby, hurt, baby, hurt? I drive you crazy, oh baby, you know. Oh, shades of crazy, I'm bringing you down. You're going mental, I'm breaking you now. I think I need to, in all of the takes, to redo the last bit and just do that last phrase just in head voice, because you can really tell the differences, like that I'm breaking you now. Cause I'm breaking you now. I don't know if it's... Oh, or was it just this time that was weird? No? Okay.
You were fancy, you were smart, you were clever, but I'm messing with your mind. They say love is blind. Like I hate you, but you still wanna be mine. You said this world could be mine. I need money, but I will have to decline. I've told you I would break your heart, but you're sick and I'm the love of your life. I know you talk about me in therapy, said it would make you mad. In love with me, you talk about me in therapy. Did I ever make you hurt, baby, hurt, baby?
My song Infectious is actually about hate comments. And funny enough, I wrote it way before the pandemic. COVID didn't even exist when I wrote it. I wrote it like maybe a couple of years ago. And it's funny that I'm putting it out now, like after the pandemic. I hope you guys don't think it's about like a viral infection. Because it's really not.
Infectious was, I just had so much fun with that track. It's almost prophetic, so to speak, but it does not relate to this virus, obviously not.
It's really about hate comments. If you listen to the lyrics, you will see. It is about just making fun and, making light of hate comments, which I got a lot of because of my age gap relationship. And when I was writing this song, I tried to incorporate a lot of things that people say on YouTube, like I can't relate, sipping on my tea, and stuff like that, because it's very much about like the internet and about still loving yourself and saying F you to all the haters.
That's one track where her voice is really in the forefront. So there are a lot of backing vocals, there are a lot of her singing improvisation parts on top of the chorus. That one track illustrates that you can have one side of the person and that you cannot see maybe all the suffering that that person also goes through. And also, I think it's her way of really showing defiance. I think it's one of the, in a way, most personal tracks. I can really strongly relate to this track as being a music professional in a music industry that is heavily dominated by men. As you all know, female producers are not in abundance. I think this one really comes close to heart.
sweeties, good morning. So I'm in the kitchen because me and the puppy are living here while she's being house trained. Hello.
It needs more orchestra in a chorus.
Yeah,
Needs
for sure.
Need more drama there, and less guitar.
Mm-hmm.
First, the kitchen is hitting you in your face, which is fine again, but it shouldn't be about the guitar.
Sipping on your tea, feeling iconic, basking in your dirt, and the lies you tell about me. Try to poison this, write in some comments. Baby, does it hurt when the shit you say can't touch me? Crazy, evil and ill, hiding me for the thrill. Pretty girl dressed to kill, full of secrets you spill.
Look at Me Now is a very, very personal song, and I feel quite shy actually talking about it. It's about persevering and going through hard times and coming out on the other side. For me, when I was writing the song, I was thinking about when I first moved to London. I was 18 at the time and I moved here to pursue my music career, and I literally had no money. I moved to the UK with about 20 pounds, that's like $30. I didn't know a single person here. I didn't have a proper winter coat, so I was freezing. You know, I just had a really, really hard time. There were times when I couldn't even afford food and I was just so depressed and lonely, and you know, it was very, very tough. And I managed to come out of that and, you know, put myself through university and grow my YouTube channel, and things are, you know, a lot better now. And this song is also about people not believing in you and then you going and showing to them like that you can do it and believing in yourself, as as cliche as that sounds. But you know, I remember when I started my channel, you know, people that I was dating at that time said to me, oh, why are you wasting your time with this? It's never gonna go anywhere. And when I lived in Brazil and I used to say I would move to London, people said to me, oh, you're never gonna actually move to London. You're not gonna be able to make it there. You know, people have looked down on me a lot in my past. You know, in school I was bullied and I was very shy and quiet and nerdy, and look at me now. And that's what that song is all about.
Look at Me Now is, I think, one of the tunes where we sort of just decided to keep things really simple, which is also sometimes hard because it's so easy to make things complicated. It is a very gentle tune, and we just recorded it as a voice and a piano, just sort of as a demo. But then when we listened back, we were like, oh, does this song really need anything else than a voice and a nice piano? And then I was like, well, not really. And so we just added a tiny bit of backing vocals in the chorus, and I was thinking, well, I need a bit of just something different to change the color, so I added harp. And because the melody indicated this whole sort of almost medieval sound, so it almost sounds like a rework of a folk tune from maybe medieval ages. And we sort of just left it. It's a very gentle tune. It's a story about a journey that I think every single person can relate to. Although it wasn't particularly difficult to produce, I think it's one of the most beautiful tunes that we have on that release.
Hello there. Now we're gonna record for the first time, which we don't usually use, but you know, just to warm up and stuff. Yeah. Oh honey, look at me now, and you wish you were me now. Oh baby, look at me now, and you wish you were me now. But there's nothing better than seeing how things can change. I am kind and proud and strong, and you are all the same. All my life I've been laughed at, I've been criticized, I've been pushed aside. All my life I've been stared at, I've been ostracized. I was terrified. I can Joe. Joe. It's not Joe. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Joe. Can you hear me? Oh, no, it was so funny because I wasn't singing and I was like waving. Oh baby, look at me now, and you wish you were me now. Oh honey, look at me now, you must be wondering how. Oh baby, look at me. Oh, just so octave. Wish you were me now. Oh honey, look at me now. Soft. It's not Corona. But isn't it funny how money makes people change? Now that I have all I've dreamt of you, wanna be friends. We're having a 5-minute break now. We've done mains, we've done some harmonies, and then after a break we're gonna do backing vocals, and then that should be it. Yeah, Beverly. Beverly's awake, running around the studio now. Let me show her to you. Hi, Beverly. She's a musical dog. Honey, look at me now. You must be wondering how. Oh, baby, look at me now. And you wish you were me now. Oh, and you wish you were me now. Oh. I wrote my song Wild when my granddad passed away last year because I was so upset that I felt like something inside me broke. My granddad was more than just my granddad for me, you know, because my father was never present, and we never had a relationship, me and him. I haven't seen him in about 7 years now. We don't talk. So my granddad was like pretty much like my father, you know. He was the only father figure I had, and I loved him very, very much, and he passed away last year. And apart from being sad, at some point I felt so angry at the world, you know. I think that's probably one of the stages of grieving, but I felt very angry. And I felt like, you know, all my life I've been doing everything right. I've always been like so by the book and always nice to everybody, even people that are nice to me. And I just felt angry, like I wanted to like rebel against everything and just break everything, just break things. And that's what Wild is about, is just letting it all go. And like I just can't take it anymore. I just want to go crazy and go wild. And let it all out and not keep my emotions trapped inside of me anymore.
So while Julia had a little demo that she recorded at home that had quite a dancing poppy element to it, which I really enjoyed, but then she brought also this piano line that sounded also quite heavy in a way. So I was like wild. I was thinking, okay, how can we illustrate this feeling that she's projecting in this song? So straight away I heard some very dramatic strings. So the beginning is very cinematic. I've put a lot of strings in, and then the synth bass, and then a very heavy chorus that is lots of fun. That song out of all of them has the most prominent symphonic element.
Okay, let's call her. Hi Joe.
Okay, so are we supposed to maybe start on the new song today?
Yeah, I think the other day I sent you an email with two songs for us to choose from.
Actually sounds pretty good. It's just literally it can go both ways. It can go more on the sort of guitar-y sound, which I think if we look at the whole release, we need to sort of keep guitars as a
Oh yeah, for sure. So it's cohesive and stuff. Yeah.
sort of dancey quality to it. I'll send it to a drummer because I want someone to put like a proper drums on it for the chorus and maybe some electronic drums as well.
Now we are adding drums. What a difference, isn't it?
See you Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday. Bye bye. Hey Beverly, I'm gonna close this door. Let me know if she's barking or something. I'll let her stay in here.
It's fine. I think she'll be okay.
So now I'm in the vocal booth and gonna start recording now. I hope Beverly's not gonna bark because she's out there. So Joe is out there. That's the control room. That's a little vocal booth, and I can only hear her through the headphones. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, if maybe just the music could be a little bit quieter, just a little bit. I'm tired of being so uptight, working extra hours, going to bed at 9. I'm tired of being so polite, modest moral manners while I scream inside, trying to please everyone so they'll like me. They bump into me and I even say sorry. I'm so sorry you're having two dogs sick. She was, but I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. We actually done a pretty good job. So I'm going to put her in my... Oh, fine.
Come here, you missed me. I know, you missed me.
Shall we try with her?
Yeah. Look who's here recording with us. Oh, you because she barked now. We could use her bark. Not that it has anything to do with the song, but... Yay, Beverly. Did you see Beverly was recording with me? She's still here. Now we're gonna go out to listen to it to see if, if we're happy with it.
I'm tired of being so uptight, working extra hours, going to bed at 9. I'm tired of being so polite, modest moral manners while
they're really just simple, so I'm going to potentially rearrange everything to fit that. So keep the piano, keep these drums, and then just maybe I will have a bit more electronic elements.
Baby, baby, I've been dying, left outside alone and crying. But if you showed up tonight, you could bring me back to life. Make me feel I'm alive again. You just have to give me one more chance. Make me feel I'm alive again. Alive again. Alive again.
See, already here you're softer in the previous take, but in this one you're really going for it. It's just great.
I know you don't deserve my love, my fantasy, but I can't help thinking about you all night. It feels like a spell. I never love you. I wish I could stop this love in me.
Ooh, I love that.
I think it's gonna be quite something along those lines. I think.
Love that. I like it. I think it makes such a huge difference. Like compared to just having guitars.
Guitars adds more energy to it.
Hi vlog! So, we had an unexpected turn of events. So we've submitted the CD for mastering. So I basically don't have to go to the studio anymore. Someone else is gonna do the mastering. He's called Paul. And then I came to Brazil. And before I went to Brazil, I took some pictures on my own and I made an album cover. And I was happy with it, but I wasn't 100% sure of it. And then I've shown it to Jo, and she was like, I like it, but it's a bit 90s. I don't think it goes well with the vibe of the album. I think it has to be a little bit fresher. But like I already had my ticket booked to Brazil and everything, so I decided to take the pictures again here in Brazil, and we hired a professional photographer.
I know you don't deserve my love, my fantasy, but I can't help thinking about you all night. It feels like a spell. I'd never love you. I wish I could stop this love in me. Addicted to you, put a spell on you. It'll follow you everywhere you go. Love potion.
Hi vlog! So I think about 2 months went by since I took those photos for the album cover, and we still haven't released the album because, well, we were waiting for the holidays to pass because that's not a good time for releasing an album. And also we were working on the album art and we came up with a few things, but my producer Joe wasn't 100% happy. Let me show you the failed cover options. Okay, so as you know, the name of the album is Wild. So we were trying to kind of like keep it simple, but obviously add the album name. So those were some of the things I was doing myself. Look, this one was a no-no, but I still think it was kind of cute with the wild like this over here. But we weren't like 100% sold on it. There were just a bunch of options. I was happy with the photos, I just wasn't feeling the art. And then we tried to use the photos but edit them a lot so they would be completely different and it would be like a very grungy sort of like 90s rock and roll vibe. So we came up with some things like this. It was cute, but I still wasn't feeling it 100%. Like, I liked the style of those grungier ones, but you couldn't really tell that I have pink hair. You couldn't really tell that, you know, my boobs were covered in glitter. I kind of didn't want to take away from that with a lot of editing. So I tried one last thing and I made it very simple and very cute using a different photo from that same photo shoot, and I think we have it. I think we have the one. Let me show you. Ta-da! Isn't it cute? I am so happy with it. I am so happy with it. Funny how sometimes you try to do a bunch of things to something and then you realize that the simplest version was the best all along. And I chose this photo instead of the ones that I was like, you know, looking at the camera trying to be fierce. I just chose this one that, you know, was a little bit more like subdued, looking down, you know, a little bit more natural, I guess. I mean, as natural as you can get with pink hair and glitter boobs, but you know. So we're super happy with it. We're super happy. And that means everything is ready. Me and Joe are very proud of this album. We are so happy. And now we are trying to share it with people from the music industry, you know, managers and people from record labels. And we'll see where it goes. It would be wonderful to get it to a wider audience because we are just so happy and, you know, so proud of this album. We just want to put it out there. Oh my god, I can't believe after all this time, after all these years, really, this album is finally fully ready. And oh, it's literally my baby and I am so happy. So I hope you like the songs. I hope you go check them out on Spotify and everything. I'm gonna do unplugged versions of them here on YouTube as well if you want. And hopefully music videos as well. Tell me what you wanna see. Tell me what your favorite song is in the comments and stay tuned because there's gonna be like a lot more about this album and about music in general. I've made a promise to myself that in 2021 I am gonna focus much more on my music here on this channel because I love YouTube with all my heart and I love the kind of content I post, but music is my true passion. And sometimes I'm shy talking about it and I'm shy sharing my music and, you know, this creative side of me with you because that's so personal and that's the deepest part of me, and sometimes I'm just a little bit scared of sharing it, but it is my passion in my life and honestly it's the thing I love to do the most. So I will be doing much more music stuff from now on here on YouTube. Oh my god, so I hope you all now will go on Spotify or Apple Music or iTunes, whatever you use to listen to music, and just stream or download this album. That will make me so happy. I really hope you enjoy it. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was extremely long, but I really wanted to share this whole journey with you guys because it means so much to me. I can't even tell you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and have a very, very lovely day. Mwah!